안녕하세요. 골프대리의 최유식 프로입니다. 전번 주에 제 사진을 촬영해 보니까 스웨이드는 문제하고 또 테이크어웨이에서 바깥으로 클럽을 드는 문제가 있었는데요. 오늘은 그걸 고치는 방법과 어떻게 고쳐지는지에 대해서 레슨을 하도록 하겠습니다. 얼라이먼 스틱을 하나 준비를 했어요. 이거를 좀 수평으로 옮기게 되면 저희가 한번 허리에 한번 껴보고 다시 해보도록 하겠습니다. 이거 허리 벨트에다 이렇게 끼시고 자, 얼라이먼 스틱을 가지고 이렇게 허리에다가 저기 껴봤는데요. 그 대부분 그 아마추어들이 리버스 피브 백스윙을 하면서 이렇게 왼쪽으로 쓰러지면 이 수평이 얼라이먼 스틱 한쪽이 또 낮아지죠. 왼쪽이 낮아지고 또 오른쪽으로 이렇게 빼시는 분들이 있어요. 이렇게 오른쪽으로 이렇게 빼면 오른쪽이 또 굉장히 많이 올라가고 또 왼쪽에다 너무 많이 놓고 이렇게 치면 또 오른쪽 이렇게 뒤로 많이 돌아가시는 분들은 또 오른쪽이 내려가거든요. 그래서 그 리버스 피벗이나 스웨이 되는 분들은 이 클럽 이런 뭐 막대기나 뭐 스틱을 이렇게 허리에다 벨트에다 끼시고 테이크어웨이를 수평으로 한번 해보는 거죠. 이 수평을 유지하고 테이크어웨이를 하시면 똑같은 상황에 테이크어웨이를 하면 리버스 피벗이나 이런 것이 전부 다 잡을 수 있는 가장 좋은 방법인 것 같습니다. 그래서 자, 물론 백스윙 탑에 가선 자 테이크어웨이 시작해서 백스윙 탑에 가선 살짝 왼쪽이 낮아지고 체중이 넘으면서 오른쪽이 넘어가겠지만 기본 테이크어웨이를 시작해서 백스윙 탑에 가기까지는 이거 수평을 유지한다. 이런 수평을 유지해 줌으로 해서 체중이 그 골프에는 체중을 이런 말씀들 많이 들었죠. 오른쪽 무릎 위에 넓적다리 안쪽에다 체중을 다 모아줘라. 거기에 얹히는 느낌을 들어라는 건 많이 했는데 이걸 이렇게 수평으로 돌려줌으로 해서 이쪽에 체중이 얹히고 백스윙 탑을 갈 수 있는 그런 방법의 하나가 되겠습니다. 그래서 이 웨이트를 왔다 갔다 체중 이동을 충분히 드릴을 해줘야 되는데 체중을 못 느끼시는 분들은 이걸 한번 끼고 해보시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 자, 테이크어웨이를 충분히 수평을 유지하고 가면 여기에 그 텐션이 많이 느껴지거든요. 그 상태에서 테이크어웨이. 그러면 이쪽이 그 밀려나는 저번 주에 제가 가지고 있던 문제점들 같은 건 충분히 고칠 수 있는 방법이 되겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 차프로 딸 크리스티나 채입니다. 저번 주에 코치 아담이랑 텍트가 잘 맞으면 공이 훨씬 더 멀리 나갈 수 있다고 배웠어요. 그래서 제가 연습장에 와서 많이 연습을 하고 있는데요. 7번 아이언으로 제가 70야드 정도밖에 못 때리고 있어요. 코치 말대로는 제 클럽 헤드가 자꾸 앞부분이 공이 맞기 때문에 제 디스턴스가 많이 안 나간다고 배웠어요.
So basically what I want you to do with this is going to discourage the shaft leaning backwards at impact or shortly after. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this between our forearms, slightly towards the top. I want you to just go halfway back and think about opening up your body. Okay, this impact ball should allow you to keep your hands in front of the club head, and it should allow you to get solid impact. And we're just going to go halfway up, halfway through. Okay? So what we're doing here with Christina is we introduced an object right in front of the ball for her to try to focus on hitting. So for this, I'm going to have her line up like there was a ball where it usually is, and all we're trying to do is skim the grass and take the tee with it. So it'll look something like this. Okay, I'll do it again here. If anything, for now, make sure that we are going to take the tee with us. So if you take a lot of the ground or skim it a lot, that's better than just picking it off of the grass. Something like that. After she does that, we can introduce the ball, and we should be able to get 100 no problem.
이번 주는 100야드 나갈 수 있는 도전을 한번 해보려고 합니다. 그래서 오늘은 앵거월 있는 골프택에 와서 저는 연습을 하고 임팩트 볼로 연습을 하면서 손이 클러브 헤드 앞에 연습을 하고요. 공이 클럽 페이스 중간에 맞게 저는 연습하고 있습니다.
Be the one. Be the one. Be the one. No way. Oh my gosh.
98 in the bunker.
So what we've been working on with Christina a lot and over the past couple weeks is solid contact. So first I'm going to explain something using the whiteboard here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a couple swings and go ahead and demonstrate as to some things that you can do to ensure some better contact. So we've been trying to get her to hit it a little bit farther. So distance is going to be determined by club head speed and centerness of contact. I've got 3 golf clubs here, and what I'm going to do is explain that if we want the ball to go directionally where we want it to, as well as far as we want it to, we need to hit the center of the club. So if we are going to go ahead and strike the ball on the toe, this is going to have an effect on the way the ball curves as well as the distance. So what we're going to look for, obviously, is going to be something that's going to hit the center of the club face. So this is going to be something that we prefer. This is what we've been working on with Christina to try to get her to, obviously, get her 100-yard goal. Much like hitting on the toe, if you hit it on the inside of the center, this is going to also have impact on the directional way the ball flies, as well as the overall distance. So this is the one thing that we have been working on with Christina. Also, in terms of striking the ball solid, what we're looking for is to hit the ball first and then the ground afterwards. And the low point of the club, of the swing, is going to be after the ball. So when you watch all the pros on Sunday when they're winning tournaments, they're going to take a big divot. What they're essentially doing is they're striking the ball first, and then that divot is going to be actually picked up after where the ball originally lies. So this is something that we've been working on with Christina to get her some more distance. Okay. So as described on the whiteboard for you, we had talked about centerness of contact as well as striking it solid. So I'm going to use a couple swings to illustrate how solid contact can be affected both positively and negatively. So let's get to it here. On the left is an example of a swing where the low point of the club is going to be a little bit before the ball, which is not what we want. And on the right is going to be a swing where the low point of the club is going to be a little bit after the ball. A solid strike. So we're going to start from the top and go down. So from the top here, these numbers are going to be pretty consistent. Where we're going to see how it's negatively affected is going to be in the downswing, where the golfer is going to start to move away from the target. And one of the things that it's going to affect is going to be the club path. So I've got a shaft plane line here that we can use for reference, where you can see that as I am in my downswing, I am starting to sway away from where I originally started, and my club is going to be above that line. As we start going down with the one on the right, the one which we would prefer to have, we'll take a look at this from the front so we can see a better view. We're going to see that my club is going to be on that line, if not under it. So as we get down to the ball, we're going to see that the club is going to start to move left very quickly here in that direction, where the club here is going to move out to the ball. So you can see at impact, we're going to be away from where we originally started with both our hips and our shoulders, where here we are a little bit more toward the target with our hips than we would be at address, as well as the shoulders. So now if we look at the front, we can use some reference lines for here as well. I'm going to put one on the front hip as well as the back hip. Front and back. So I've pulled out the hip and shoulder sway numbers for us as well. The left one is going to be an impact position that we do not prefer. The one on the right is going to be an impact position that we do prefer. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start with the top and go down. So you'll notice that as I get to the top position, my left hip has stayed very closely to that front sway line. That's going to be what one of the telltale signs as to if we are going to be moving towards or away from the target. So the one on the left, the one that we don't necessarily want, we're going to see that we never really get in front of that sway line. And if we zoom in on impact here, I'll circle in the ball, and we're going to see a little bit of a discoloration on the mat here before we make contact with the ball. So low point is going to be somewhere around here before the ball. As we start going down, we can see that the swing is going to be led with the lower body. We are going to be in front of this line where we originally were at address. And if we zoom in here, you can see a little bit of a discoloration after the ball. So I'll circle this in where the ball would be, and a little bit of a discoloration after the ball. So what you'll notice is instead of being 3 inches away, we are now 1.5 inches towards with our hips. Instead of 3.5 inches away, we are now about a 1/2 inch away, which is okay. So that's going to be how our body can affect the low point of the club, ultimately affecting the solidness of the strike. What do you oops in?
Right?
Yes. So I think so if we get it to like over here, we can definitely do it. Yeah! Look at this! Look at that! 100 on the fly!
Yay! Woo! Look at you!
112.
Thanks, Coach.
Nice. We did a couple things with Christina today. First of all, we introduced her to some new technology in terms of clubs. The second thing we had talked about was how the wrists are going to affect the club face at impact. So what I had her do was feel like she was going to be loosening a screw on the way back, which was going to get her in a better position at the top of the swing with her wrists and the club face. So if we zoom in on both of these here, we can see quite a difference where her wrist might be a little bit extended here, and the club face was going to be at an angle there, where we got her to flex her left wrist, and we got the club face much more square. So when she brought the club down to impact, it was going to be a little bit less open, more square, so she was able to start it on line much better. And this was one of her best hits we've seen in the bay so far, beating the 100-yard challenge.